Let's rewind. As I was selling hair in Georgia and making the wigs, I still was working a 9 to 5. I know everybody wants to get into the wig making because they see it's kind of easy and we make good money. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lay and I'm here with another video. Ouch! As y'all can tell by the title, y'all already know what's going on in today's video. So I'm going to be doing like a little chit chat with y'all as I prep this wig, because in the next video I'm going to be installing it, or maybe before, I'm not sure which order I'm going to upload the videos. But either way, I'm going to be curling this highlighted wig as I talk to y'all. As you can tell by the title, y'all already know what I'm talking about. I pretty much wanted to talk about how I started my business, how I became a full-time wig maker, and I also want to talk about some stuff that I don't think a lot of people really talk about as far as like going into the wig making business. So I just want to do a little, you know, a little chit chat with y'all as I curl this wig. So first things first, my name is Alasia, but I go by Lay. Thank you for tuning in to my video. If you're new here, hey girl, hey. And if you're not new here, welcome back, sis. Welcome to another video, and thank you for the continuous support. So I'm going to be just using my heat protector spray, and I'm going to be pin curling these wigs. Pin curling the curls. I'm not going to do the front because I'm going to do the front on the camera once I'm filming the video, but I'm definitely going to do the back. That way I can make sure it's curled properly, because I just been cheating doing my curls for install videos when I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But anywho, so I want to talk about how I became a full-time wig maker and go along the timeline of how I got to where I'm at right now. So first things first, I did pay for a vendor when I first started selling hair. So let me rewind. So I started selling hair first before I became a wig maker. So I was selling bundles, pre-made wigs, lace, and stuff like that. And then I ventured on to making wigs. So I found my vendor back in, I want to say November of 2017. And the day that I got my vendor, I ordered hair that same exact day. And when I ordered, I did not order a lot. I did a sample test of straight, body wave, and deep wave. So the straight hair was bundles in the closure, the deep wave was bundles in the closure, and then the body wave I did a pre-made wig. So I wore the pre-made wig, body wave, my mom did the straight hair, and my sister did the deep wave hair. So my mom, she's a color girl, so she decided that she wanted to go ahead and color her units because she don't wear, color her bundles because she don't wear black hair. My mom is a color person, so she decided to go ahead and bleach her hair. So that was good for me because I was able to tell whether the hair can bleach. So she bleached it. I told her to use 40 volume developer, and then she put a dye on top of it. I don't know what color dye it was, y'all. This was some years ago. If I can find the pictures of the very first install with a date and stuff like that, I definitely insert it here in the video. But if not, then y'all just know I can't find it. But I think I do have pictures of me with the wig on my sister, because I did my sister hair, and I went and got my wig installed by somebody. So if I can find it, y'all, I'm going to include it in the video. But long story short, so I had the body wave wig, my mom did the straight bundles, and then my sister did the deep wave bundles. When people be telling y'all, oh, it took me months and years to find a vendor, I don't see how that's possible, because I feel like if you know stuff about hair, you always been wearing hair, you should know the signs of like when hair is good hair and when it's not good hair. And if it's taking you 6+ months to years testing the vendor, that I don't know what the hell you're doing. I'm sorry, but it took me maybe 2 months, if that, to test out my vendor, for me to know that, hey, this is gonna be my vendor, this got some good hair. So I got the vendor in November, the early of November. The same day I got him, I ordered hair. It came within like 2 or 3 days, and when it came, my mom colored her, so I did the color test, and then we wore it for maybe like a month and a half. I know we had wore for Thanksgiving, and then we wore it for like Christmas. So I had a wig installed, so I wore my wig for Thanksgiving, then I took it off, and then I got it reinstalled again for Christmas. And then my sister had a sew-in, so she wore hers for maybe like a month, if that. And then my mom, she does the same thing. So she did a sew-in, and I think she did like a ponytail or something with it. I can't remember, but pretty much we wore the hair. We all came to the conclusion that the hair was good, so that was that. So I started selling hair the new year. So January 1st 2018 was when I launched my business, and I started selling the bundles and the closures and the wigs and stuff like that. So once I started doing that, it was kind of slow when I first had started, and then I was like, yeah, I need to find something that's gonna pick up. So I end up going on Instagram, and I've seen this girl on my explore page like multiple times before, like very pretty. She was a teen mom, so she was pregnant. She was always dressed up, had her hair done, makeup done, like she was that girl. Okay, so I ended up reaching out to her. I was like, hey, how much do you charge for promo? So she had like promoted a flyer for me. So the flyer was like a sale. I think it was like a back to school sale or something like that. And by her being in high school, pretty much the girls was ordering. So I maybe had like, I'm gonna say maybe like 4 or 5 orders just from her doing the promo, because she had followers. So when I seen she was bringing in a little bit of money, I was like, girl, how much you charge if I send you some hair? So back then, because this was like 2018, she, like, people wasn't charging like that. Like, you can just send people hair for promo or whatever, send them whatever product, and they'll just, you know, post it on their page. So she didn't charge me no price or nothing like that. She just was like, you know, can you send whatever I want? I said, sure, what the hell you want? So I had done sent her some hair. And when I tell y'all, my page had kind of blew up a little bit. Like, it wasn't like follower wise, I'm talking about income wise. Like, it was bringing in money. So when I seen that, I was like, okay, yeah, she gonna have to get some more hair. So I ended up doing a second trial with her. The second trial went good. I was like, woo, you for to be my brand ambassador. So I had to reach out to her again. I was like, hey, like, do you want to be my permanent brand ambassador or whatever? Because, you know, you help my business a lot. So she was down for it. So I had made her my permanent brand ambassador. We worked several times, and again, if I could find pictures and stuff like that, I would insert it. She tried like pretty much all my textures, like body wave, loose wave, deep wave, straight. She had frontals, close. She even tried my 613 hair when I was selling 613 hair. Like, she pretty much tried almost everything. So when I seen she was bringing in income, I was like, okay, yeah, you're secure, baby. Like, you're gonna be my brand ambassador. And I wasn't like one of those people like, oh, you just gotta work with my company and you can't work with nobody else. Like, I really didn't care about that, because I know hey, she's about to have a baby. She need to get her money. She need to get on her grind. So I was like, as long as you support my brand to the fullest, I don't care if you work with other people, you know, long as you know, do what you gotta do for my end, because I'm sending you whatever. So long story short, that worked out. I want to say we was working together for maybe like 2 years. And then that's when I ventured off to making wigs, because I seen that business was picking up. So I was like, okay, let me bring a different option into my business. So I started making wigs, and I started off hand sewing. And when I started hand sewing, I was like, okay, if you buy some bundles for me, I make you a wig for $60. So boom, that started taking off. Like, I was having consistent customers coming in. Like, even some of the people that had bought bundles from me like before, they'll like bring the bundles or whatever, and then I'll still make them a wig. So once that started picking up, I was like, oh hell no, like, I need to find something that's gonna help me get these wigs out faster, because y'all know hand sewing is very time consuming. So that's when one day I was on YouTube. I definitely can find this picture. So I was on YouTube at night, and I had Googled the fastest way to make a wig, and a sewing machine video came up. So I was like, okay, I think I can get jiggy with this. So this was at night. So the next morning I had woke up, and I went to went to the Joann's. This is when I was staying in Georgia, y'all. All this is when I was staying in Georgia. Well, when I first started selling hair, I was in Miami. I didn't fully make my transition to Georgia, but eventually I ended up moving full-time to Georgia. So I was in Georgia. I had drove to the Joann's the next morning, and I had went and got my single tradition, and I literally sat up there that whole day and learned how to make a wig. I was like, I'm not moving from this table until I get it down packed. And then once I got that first wig done, girl, I was so excited, y'all. Like, I'm gonna show the picture. I definitely got this picture on Instagram, so y'all probably see the picture on the side. So once I made that first wig, I was like, oh yeah, we in there. So when I posted that, I was like, hey, you bought some hair from me before, and you whether it's used or not used, come get a a wig done or whatever. So boom, I started doing that. I was like, okay, 65. I had to win like $5, $10. I can't really remember. So that started taking off. So I started making the wigs by the machine maybe like my last 5 or 6 months staying in Georgia, and then that's when I had moved to Hawaii. So once I got to Hawaii, that's when I started making wigs full-time on the sewing machine. Like I was just doing it, you know, sewing machine, no hand sewing. I was full-time on the machine. So once I had got to Hawaii, it was kind of hard for me to like find like a second job, because rewind, as I was selling hair in Georgia and making the wigs, I still was working at 9 to 5, which is nothing wrong with doing it, y'all. So I was working at 9 to 5. I was working at Domino's, and I was working at Walmart. So I worked at Domino's first, and then I quit Domino's, and then I started working at Walmart or whatever, because the schedule was better with Walmart. Like I was able to work like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning to like 2 in the evening, and then I had the rest of the day to make my wig. So that's why I ended up quitting Domino's and I went to Walmart, because Walmart's schedule was better. So I was working at 9 to 5, and as I was working at 9 to 5, I was saving that money to fund my business, so that way I can start working and just do it full time. So once I had done reached a point to where I had done saved enough, and then we was moving to Hawaii, by the time I got to Hawaii, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this full time. So I started doing the wigs full time. It was a little slow. It was enough for me to survive, but it wasn't enough for me to survive and be free, if that makes sense. So what I started doing was I started doing hair. So once I started doing installs out there, it kind of picked things up. Like, oh, people will come get a wig done by me, then I install it for like $100 or $80. I can't really remember how much I was charging. So that kind of like wig made by me and an install, that's like pretty much 2 separate incomes. So installs was very tiring, y'all. Like some people don't pay attention, they don't listen, they don't follow directions. So doing installs was sort of like a headache to me. So I knew that it was like something that I wasn't gonna do for a long time. Like I was like, I can't do this. Like I could not. Like it started to become a headache. I was getting sick. Like not sick, but like sick of doing it. And I feel like if you don't like something and you don't feel comfortable doing it, or it don't make you happy, then don't do it. So at some point I went from loving doing installs to hating it. So I was like, yeah, no, I can't continue to do something that I'm not liking. So once I had done saved enough from doing installs, that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna become just a full-time wig maker. And at that point I had done got my wig like my wigs to a certain point to where it was like a good steady income coming in. I was charging a decent price to survive and stuff like that. I was like, as long as I make this amount of wigs within a week times a month, you know, I'll be Gucci. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. So once I had done got that income to a certain point, I was like, okay, yeah, no more installs. So I had stopped doing installs or whatever, and I just was doing wigs full time. And here I am today. I had done low-key picked up on YouTube while I was out there in Hawaii. I started being more consistent on my YouTube channel. So once I started being more consistent on my channel, that's when I started getting paid off of YouTube. So I had got monetized and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, that's another source of income. So I'm like, boom, I got installs, I got wigs, and then I got YouTube. So I was like, okay, I'm good. Like I got like 3 incomes to survive out here. You know, I didn't have to pay housing rent because my husband was in the military and stuff like that or whatever. So the military is paying for housing and stuff like that. So all I pretty much had to worry about was like my car, personal stuff, like my hair, my nails, and stuff like simple stuff. Like it wasn't like major bills. So I had to stop doing installs, and I was just making wigs full time. Then once I started making wigs full time, I pretty much would do like wig restocks to where I have my wigs on hand and I'll sell them. And then I started doing like the custom pre-orders and stuff like that. And I just made a way, y'all. Like I literally just did everything by myself. I had no help. Once I kind of started picking up, I hired a virtual assistant. So pretty much my virtual assistant will respond back to text messages and my emails and stuff like that, DMs, like stuff that I couldn't really get access to throughout the day because I'm working. So I hired a virtual assistant, and then that was going pretty good, but I wanted somebody that was more hands-on. So I found somebody more hands-on, so now I have somebody that helps me wash wigs, help me prep wigs, help me do certain stuff to make my life a little easier. So, you know, once I got to that point to be able to do things like that, it helped me out in the long run. So I know my story is kind of like pretty, it's like pretty self-explanatory, but different at the same time, because I did different things to fund this full-time wig making business for me to do it full-time. So I pretty much worked my way to make this my full-time job, and I just did, you know, you make sacrifices. I worked a 9 to 5. I worked 2 jobs at one point when I was working Domino's and Walmart. Then I quit Domino's and I just went full-time to Walmart. Then once I got to Hawaii, I was like, I don't want to do neither one of those. So because I was going to transfer my Walmart over to Hawaii, but I was like, I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to pursue my business. So I did stuff to get me to where I'm at, and I'm thankful for it, and I thank y'all, because y'all take a toll into the people that's watching my videos and that's supporting my business and stuff like that. Y'all helping me, you know, be where I'm at right now. So I definitely gotta say thank you to y'all. And then the other topic that I want to talk about is like the truth behind wig making, because now, like, I know, like, there's no shade in it like that. Everybody want to be a wig maker. Like, now everybody want to make wigs, everybody want to do this, that, and the third. Like, it's room for people, but I feel like don't come into this business if you're just trying to get some quick and easy money. Like, the truth behind real wig making, I don't think has really been, it really haven't been talked about, because everything have changed in the last 2 years with COVID hitting and stuff like that. Like the hair business itself, like selling hair, like hair business have changed tremendously. Like when I first started selling hair, hair was cheap, the shipping process was different, and I really don't know what more to say. So hair has changed completely. Like selling hair and stuff like that has changed. The prices have went up, the shipping time has changed, and just everything about selling hair has changed with this whole COVID thing that had happened and stuff like that. Like hair is way more expensive, so we gotta charge more, and shipping time is different, so your processing time is going to be longer. You can't get, like, for me, I used to get hair within 2 days when I was first selling hair and stuff like that. Now I'll get hair in like, what, 4 or 5 days, maybe 3 sometimes. Like, I haven't had no 2-day shipping on hair since COVID hit. So I'm pretty much done with the curls, y'all, but I'm just gonna let this sit because I gotta finish this video. So pretty much hair has changed, and the wig making business is very, like, I don't know the word to say for it, but it's just, we in our own category. So we make our wigs, we either provide hair, or you bring your own hair, or you got the option to do both. I'm just using my Sebastian spray, or you do both. So like for me, I have an option where you can provide your own hair, or you can buy hair from me. And you know, I just price my hair, I just make my prices based upon how I live, because I do this full time. I'm about to move into my apartment in April, so I'm about to be paying real rent. I have a suite, so I pay suite rent, and then I have my car, I have my insurance, I have my credit card bills. Like, I have real bills, so I have to price my stuff for me to be able to survive, because I do this full time. I don't have a second job. The only other source of income that I have is making my wigs, YouTube, and then like when I do sponsored videos, I charge for that, and then I get paid for the video as well. So it's like certain things that I do to kind of like make up for my income. And even with my classes, I'm sorry about doing my classes, so that helps out with my income as well. So I pretty much just found different ways to fund myself, that way I'm able to survive freely and still have fun and not have to work 24/7. Like, I could be at home, you know, just doing absolutely nothing, and I'm still having a source of income coming in, because I'm doing my wig restocks, I'm doing my YouTube and stuff like that. So I just do different things, and I really don't think a lot of people talk about the wig making business and the truth behind it. I know everybody wants to get into the wig making because they see it's kind of easy and we make good money. Well, we do make good money, but I guess it depends on, you know, how you live and what you're charging. But you know, they see the money, they see the all the other stuff. Like, it's not just about that. Don't come into this business if you just think about dollar signs. Like, you need to have a passion behind it. Like, for me, I have a passion behind doing hair. Like, when I grew up, my grandmama, she braids, so I grew up pretty much inside of a salon. I would go over there, help her braid down plaits, put on beads and stuff like that. So I grew up around here. Have I known that I would be doing this full time as a career? No, because I wanted to be a dentist. I wanted to be a dental hygienist and eventually turn into an orthodontist. So my career choices have did a totally 360. Like, I don't know how the hell I ended up here, but I'm thankful and I'm blessed for it. But this is definitely not a career option for me. But I'm here now, can't complain. But to get back on subject, don't just come into the wig making business just because you're here for the money and stuff like that. Like, you have to have a passion behind it. Don't do something just for the money. And I hate that sometimes people do, but don't do it just for the money. Have a passion behind it. Let it grow onto you, even if you don't initially have no experience or you have no passion. Practice certain stuff. Let it grow on to you. That way you can build a passion for it. So I'm pretty much about to wrap up this video because I don't want to talk too much. But I just wanted to kind of like sort of address that because I have been doing a lot of classes, and don't get me wrong, y'all, I love teaching. I love doing YouTube and stuff like that. I have taught maybe about 15 or 17 girls since December. So I have been teaching a lot of classes. I have more classes to come. I'm also doing a group class on April 29th here in Houston, Texas. So if you guys are interested, just be sure to follow me on Instagram because the details are posted there. And I don't mind teaching. Like, I love teaching people. Like, that's just what I love doing. I eventually want to do teaching just full time. Like, I don't want to have to worry about doing wigs and stuff like that. I want to teach somebody to do my wigs, and then I come in and out. But me teaching full time, like, I don't mind sharing knowledge with y'all. I don't mind doing stuff like that because this is what I love doing. And if I know something, I will share something. Sometimes y'all be trying to suck me dry, but you know, if I don't mind sharing certain stuff with y'all, I will share it with y'all. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to address with y'all, and just have like a little chit chat video because I know I've been doing a lot of reviews. So I want to do something wig making wise because I know that's what my channel is pretty much built off of, was making wigs. And now, you know, we doing all other stuff. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or feedback, make sure y'all comment down below and just share with me. Like, do y'all agree with me? Just have your input below. But yeah, I think I done said enough. So thank y'all for tuning in to today's video. Make sure y'all interact in the comment section below. If you guys have any other videos that you guys want to see, make sure y'all comment down below because I've been needing video ideas. That's why I've been doing a lot of reviews, because I've been knowing what to do. So just comment down below, and I will see y'all in the next video, which will maybe be the install video, or this maybe before. I'm not too sure how I'm gonna download it. So yeah. Oh yeah, one more thing before I completely go, y'all. I wanted to talk about my group class. So I have not talked about it on YouTube just yet, but I am today. So I am hosting a group class on April 29th here in Houston, Texas. The 29th is a Friday. I will be doing more classes. I definitely want to go to different cities and states. So if you are interested in the group class, just make sure you comment down below where you at, and then I'll just go from there. But my group class, this is my very first group class. It will be an intimate, small amount of people, 6 people max, not including myself. So I will be number 7, and then of course I will have somebody there family wise to help me kind of get everything together. So it will only be a total of, I'm gonna say 8 or 9 of us in the building in general. But yes, first group class on Friday, April 29th at 10 a.m. The flyer will probably be posted somewhere on the screen, or I'll post it right after this. And if you're interested, just be sure to follow me on Instagram because all the information is listed there. You do have the option to provide your own hair, or you can purchase hair from me. Each student will get a sewing machine and a wig stand. That way we're doing hands-on. This is not no look and learn, y'all. I'm sorry, not to shade nobody, but I'm not a look and learn person. The only thing that will be a look and learn will be the styling portion, but making the wigs, the measurements and all that stuff, like, we're hands-on. So the machine will be provided, the stand will be provided, the wig making kit will be provided, drinks and food will be provided, and that's pretty much it. Y'all will have everything you need. If you're doing the option with your own hair, all you gotta do is just bring your bundles in a closure, because the group class will not be frontals. That's the only difference between my group classes and my one-on-one. The group classes, I will only be doing closures because we're on a time limit, because I am booking out a suite. So I just want to make sure that we get in and out and you guys are not there all day. But I will go over the frontal portion in the class. Now I'll be demonstrating, that way you guys know what to do. But we will be making a closure wig only in the group class. But if you do a personal one-on-one, you can do a frontal. And if you're doing a package that includes the hair, I will be giving a 5x5 transparent lace with 3 bundles of my raw Indonesian natural wavy hair. And you guys can see the amount and prices and stuff like that. If it's not inserted, then you'll see it after this. But I just wanted to go over that because I haven't talked about it on my channel just yet, and I know we're about to hit April. So in case anybody is interested, just be sure to go on my Instagram. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can text my business line. I also have that number listed on my Instagram as well. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going for referral this time, y'all. I will see y'all in the next video, and thank you for tuning in.